All right, so I just went back and watched a few more, um, a few more fights from Khamzat Chimaev, and wow! So shout out to Rob Issa for recommending this. So before, when I was gonna do this fighter analysis, I only saw the UFC stuff. Now that I've gone back and taken a look at his professional career and read you guys' comments, holy shit, this guy's an animal. He's a fucking animal. So his game is that modified Khabib Soviet wrestling judo game. Suffocate him, push him to the cage, and wear on him. The thing that he does way better than Khabib is significant strikes. He has a lot more pop, and he lands more that hurt the guy more. So I'm not taking away anything from Khabib. Do not go around and talk about Khabib's not a good striker. He's a great striker. He's a fantastic striker. He's an underrated striker. You could laud and applaud his striking and still underrate him. Look what he did to Conor McGregor. Okay? His wrestling, his leverage, his judo, his intellect, the fact that he can impose his game plan on the greatest fighters on the planet. This is the things that separate Khabib. He's ready to fight every day. Every day. He's always found a way to win. Okay? Okay. We don't know about what kind of a winner Chimaev is. But based on skill, going back, taking a look at his fights, wow, is his technique. It's not effortless, but he does not waste energy while constantly moving. That's the most impressive thing that I've seen with this guy. It's not that his motor is better than anyone else. It's that he is able to do what he wants to all the time, efficiently. So I'll give an example. Right? We're standing. He's standing traditional. One shot, two shot. Goes for the uppercut. Okay. He gets the uppercut, but it's not on the button. He gets the uppercut right here. Guy's still standing. So guy's standing. He switches to southpaw to keep pushing damage. 1-2, lands the hook. Guy goes down. He picks the guy up, puts him to the cage, and he continues the onslaught. And then he's not afraid to change it up. All right, now I'll go for a submission. Here's the brilliance in that. He kept moving and hurting the guy consistently, second by second, minute by minute, round by round, from the beginning whistle to the end decision. That's amazing. So when you look at Khabib, even Khabib tries to run a guy around a little bit. Because Khabib is a python. He's a boa constrictor. His rhythm is to suffocate you, to get you so tired and malleable that he gets to decide whether he wants to beat on you or get you into submission or what he wants to do. That he just executes another component of his game plan. Where Chimaev, he's going to come out and beat on you. Similar to Gagey, like I said in the other video. He's going to beat on you and then get you to the cage. It's going to look like he's manhandling you, and he's not really, his heart rate isn't really that elevated. He's not tapping into any kind of reserves. He's not having to dig down deep and go the extra thing. It is like an extension of his training regimen. He's beating people up. It looks like this. It looks like a breathing exercise. That's amazing. It's impressive. People can't do that. That doesn't happen a lot. Most fighters, you can stand them right here, today, right now. Doesn't matter what they've done all day. Doesn't really matter how injured they are, as long as their upper body can move correctly. And they can go for 15 straight minutes. Not a problem. All right? Now do that in the ring. Do that where there's money on the line. Do that with another grown man trying to hurt you. Apply anxiety. Just have him do that and tell him, oh man, hey, your girl's knocked up and it's not yours. These are hard things to do unless your technique is excellent. Unless your mindset is excellent. Unless you've received superior coaching from a young age. And that's what they do in the Caucasus Mountains as good as anybody. Ever. This is not a new thing. This is not a new thing. Their uncles teach their nephews, fathers teach sons, cousins teach cousins, the villager kids teach the villager kids. They have wrestled and fought on that mountain since that mountain has been a mountain. I forget if it was the Turks or the Italians. This doesn't sound like a Persian thing, but somebody says their ancestors were red-headed giants that came from the Caucasus Mountains. Right? Oh, what did they do? Oh, they wrestled a lot. That was their fun. The Greeks, who are a Caucasian people who say that their Aryan ancestors came from the Caucasus Mountains, wrestled a lot. That's what they did for fun. They gave medals for it. They invented pankration, which still exists on that mountain, which if you die and don't tap, you win. Because the game isn't scoring points. It who can get who to tap. No matter what. Eye gouging. You could rip out their intestines. He ain't tapping, he ain't losing. So that kind of training, when you add Sambo, judo to that ancient wrestling, I mean, it's not like so people think there's a misconception in the world that martial arts happened in Japan. The samurais developed jiu-jitsu, and then one short guy decided to teach judo to foreigners, and then one day it was in the Olympics. That's not the history of martial arts. Every ancient society had a system of yoga. That is a technology to make sure their physical body and their mind, body, and soul were healthy and connected. Every ancient people had a mystery school. They taught this. It sounds mystery like it was hidden in a cult, but everybody knew it. Or most everybody knew it. And also, they had a martial arts to keep people fit and to protect themselves and their society. Okay? We're just now seeing what the Caucasus Mountain tribes have preserved. That's it. That's what we're seeing. And these guys are fit. So everybody, and I know I pick on Kamaru Usman all the time, but he looks like an Adonis. And so everybody thinks that he is stronger than everybody else. and he might be the strongest person, but he ain't miles stronger than everybody else. He's not. Tyron Woodley's as strong as him. It's not. What I'm gonna say is that just like in the last video, I'm going to say I am impressed with how strong Chimaev is. He's a strong man. I know he looks skinny. He's not all cut up. All right. He doesn't look like, I don't know. His abs aren't popping out. You can't grate cheese on him. You know. And the same thing with Khabib. And people look at Zabit and all these Caucasus Mountain people and think that they're not fit. No. They're exceedingly fit. Their daily regimen would blow your mind how fit they are. These people can run 20 kilometers up a mountain, have a picnic, wrestle a mountain goat, come back down, and then start their thing, their day, do their chores. They're fit people. And if you go and find that that's an exaggeration, then it's just a little bit of an exaggeration. If you go and find somebody who does way more, you go find some fighter's daily schedule and it's like 1,000 times worse than that. Okay, cool, hooray. I'm just trying to make a point here. Don't get lost in the weeds. All right? So the leverage in judo that Chimaev is using it is weapons grade, okay? The first video I said his hips were too high. All right, I went back and watched some stuff. He can get low and suffocate you like a python like Khabib can. It's just not his entire game. Because he can fucking punch your lights out. He'd knock you the spark out. I mean, this guy punches hard. He punches hard. Now, there are little chinks, okay? His left hand is nowhere near his right hand. So, it's going to hurt getting hit with the left hand. But his right hand is what's going to knock you out. And he's got some chinks. He goes to one side better than the other side. All right? But you're not... Yeah, it's a chink, but you're not going to be able to exploit it because his technique is fantastic. So everything is predicated off the Soviet-style wrestling, the shooting and shooting defense. That's what he's predicated off. He cuts the ring in half. Typical Soviet boxing, he cuts the ring in half. He finds you, and then as soon as he's ready to attack you, he attacks. Best defense is offense. He's on you, and then he's continue to move. And just like Khabib, he's going to put you in positions where you make this decision or that decision. If you make this decision, then he's going to hit you. He's going to knock you out. If you make that decision, then he's going to apply more pressure. When you look at all the elements, it's easy to get lost with how well he does so many things, but it's simple. It is a simple game. It is drive you into a corner and then make you to decide whether you're going to stand up and fight or you're going to go down and try to block submission. And he's great. He's great downstairs. So I don't know whether he got jiu-jitsu training or whether that's just the same kind of Khabib judo mixed with wrestling. I'm not sure. I've been watching this guy for a day. but yeah, he's definitely going to be a champion at one weight or another. It's hard to keep up with. For me, maybe not y'all, but it's hard for me to keep up with what the weight classes are and who's in there because I kind of believe in being, operating in 2 or 3 different divisions to get the best fight, to get one belt and then go get another belt. And then, it's about pay-per-view dollars, right? You're a professional. This is how you make your money. So You want to have the big pay-per-view fights as much as you can. The best way to do that, go snag 2 belts and then defend each belt once or twice a year. You fight 3 times a year, defend 1 belt, go get another belt, and go fight a money fight. This is, we like to see the spirituality of martial arts. But don't forget this is how they're making a living, and they only got 10 years. You got to make all your money, Rare is the guy who gets to fight professionally. Rarer is the guy who gets to fight professionally long. Rarer is the guy that gets to fight professionally past 4 or 5 years. So with Chimaev's skill set, he can fight for a very long time. Very long time. He's like a Darino Burns. He can go up, he can go down, anywhere the fight wants to go, as Dana White likes to say. Anywhere the fight likes to go, he can fight excellent. You got to stay away from the right hand. So it's a case of Tyron Woodley. You got to stay away from the right hand, and you got to have you got to defend the takedown easily, and you got to goad him into something, and try to see if you can't get a knee to the head. No game plan is perfect. You're fighting another human being. But the most perfect game plan I've ever seen is the one Khabib does within the confines of the UFC and professional fighting rules. Because if this was out in a street fight and you have the whole world and anything you can grab, yeah, I'm trying to kick him in the head, get him on bad terrain, take him down, and smash his eye through the back of his head with the heel of my foot. Like, I'm trying to kick a down fighter. I'm trying to go home. There ain't no honor and glory when it comes to survival. So, anyway, blah 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 blah. I believe in Chimaev. All of his components are good. His leverage is outstanding. It's outstanding. You can definitely see some Soviet judo schools in there. The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think it is just he got Soviet level judo, like real judo, not Olympic judo. Like rip your arm out of the socket judo. And that wrestling's really good. And yeah, he could fight. If there's a 180 division, if there's a 170 division, if there's 160, 205, he can definitely go up and down. Not a lot of people are going to want to fight him after he beat 2 people up in 10 minutes and just give me an hour, bro. I'll go smash the guy. I'll smash the guy. So anyway, guys, that was more of an analysis. And if he's using leverage like that and judo like that, he can kick. He can kick. You just watch out. You're gonna, God. These guys, man. It's just Liva, brat. These guys from the mountains are gonna show something pretty awesome.